is your January 2023 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is on the sign, this is your reading for the month ahead. It's Romy here. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join me. All right, we're going to open up with the energy of the Eight of Cups for you. Now, as we move into the first part of January, there is a little bit of a slow start. We've got Mercury and Mars still retrograde, but you are contemplating and ready to move on. And I think it's important that you give yourself permission to really draw a line in the sand so that you're not carrying the burden of energies or experiences from 2022, especially where they're making you feel jaded or disillusioned about the possibility and the potential of what is ahead for you. You've gained a great deal of wisdom, and in fact when you come out of this month, the vision, the wisdom and the certainty is going to be at a really exceptionally high level. But first, this month is going to show you some things that you need to see and you need to come to terms with. Now, on the 6th of the month, we've got the full moon coming in a fellow water sign, Cancer. It's a powerful energy. The moon loves to be in the sign of Cancer. We do have an opposition with Mercury, which brings a little bit of sharpness and insensitivity to an otherwise deeply healing energy. There may be a little bit of conflict going on between your heart and your head around this time, particularly if we are contemplating what we need to move away or move on from. But you are prepared for this journey. So this isn't blindsiding you. This isn't coming as a surprise. This is something that I think's been on your mind and in your heart for some time. So it's just about you gathering the strength and the readiness to be able to know that this is the right decision for you. Now, as we come into this first part of January with these retrograde energies, the feeling of having to repeat so that we can repair can be front and center stage with us. And there's this phrase that comes up, death by 1,000 cuts. It's like the little things that kept adding up over and over to become something more problematic. So wherever you feel that may be true for you, there's something about you sitting in the energy of that in the first week or two in January, not necessarily going out and taking impulsive action around it, but really facing and acknowledging, thinking about what is truly working for you. Is it bringing you peace? Is it giving you space to breathe and room to grow? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's something that you are participating, work related or anything that's showing up, it's needing this opportunity to have a complete revamp, not setting yourself unrealistic expectations. In fact, celebrating even if you can take the one next step, even if you move an inch forward from where you were, that's enough for you to really acknowledge the progress. Now, you've got the Queen of Cups coming through. I love this energy for you. It puts you in a very open, receptive space to be able to receive the wisdom. I also want to ask you, what saved you in the past? What were the things, the healing modalities, the people, the experiences that you went through that really helped you to come back together, to feel more grounded, to feel more peaceful? These are the things that we want you to be mindful of as you move through this first part of the month, the anchor points, the lighthouse moments. You're coming into this space of deep reflection, but all of it is about preparing you to come back into a very energized space. Of course, as we move through Capricorn energy, we're in 11th house, which is lighting up community and friendships for you. It's also the way in which you connect online. So all of these things, again, might be going through a little bit of a review for you and a revamp as you start to think about where you want to direct your energy and some of the changes and edits and adjustments that you want to make. Now, she's surrounded by the peacock energy here, which again tells me that it's important that you acknowledge and you feel very proud of something that you are doing or that you have just achieved or accomplished. You need to be radiating that. Your heart space needs to be mirroring that vibrational energy, so that as you set intentions and you think about the new goals that you have for yourself or the vision that you're looking to put out into the world for 2023, it's coming from that place of deep found self-respect. Now, I've created this really powerful, very beautiful 2023 Vision Quest workbook. It's like 70 pages. It's got 2 guided meditations, one to release 2022, one to welcome and open up to the energy of 2023. You can find the link in the comment in the description box underneath, but this is going to be a really valuable tool for you, Pisces, as you're working through what these energies mean to you and coming back into a place of centeredness and groundedness in your own energy field. So as Mars shifts direct on the 12th of the month, lessons learned. We also have Juno, the asteroid goddess, shifting into Aries the same day. Here we have an independent, fierce, very protective energy in terms of our relationships and also anything we're doing by way of partnerships or agreements. Now you've got the Hierophant coming through. I love this because the learning that is around you, especially as that planet shifts direct and you really feel into what you experience during that time, you know, it's going to help you to put something more firm and concrete in place that you can commit to in a way that feels realistic and really powerful for you. He's in an energy of complete surrender as he opens up to the wisdom here. And it's notable to say that he's not even inside the temple. So there's a reminder of it doesn't matter where you are. You don't have to have all of the fancy things around you or access to things that you think are going to make the difference for you to be able to connect or to hear the answer or to know what the next step is. It's really about tuning in and listening. And that inner being can be heard more clearly when we are able to detoxify. And so more than ever this year, you are going to be feeling really drawn to address that in numerous ways. You know, having less material things around you, less clutter, looking at what you are absorbing and putting into your body, what you are watching, who you are listening to, because all of that is impacting, dulling down and bringing this numbness so that you're not able to hear the connection from your higher self. And with the new frequencies, there's no reason why you can't tune in to a higher level than you ever have before to be given those psychic downloads and information that supports you in what comes next. It also matters because in a numerology 7 year that we're going to be working with in 2023, there is this introspective, quiet journey, because the more we look around, we can feel disrupted by what's playing out in the collective and the economy on the world stage. Six of Staff here, Six of Wands, indicates to me that not only are you going to feel victorious in something that has been around you for some time, perhaps you've been trying to get your point of view across to someone or more than one person, and it's just felt like it was going nowhere, it was falling on deaf ears, where I think, you know, this is the month where somebody comes back around to you and says, you know what, you were right. And you're not taking glory in that, but I do think there's a sense of finally, okay, I feel like we can move forward now, or that there's something here that can be salvaged or we can work on. I think there's also a recognition of a lot of ego energy around you. And perhaps for you, maybe that Eight of Cups is around just wanting to move on or not be a part of that, just feeling like you can't really identify with it. And even as you're in the process of like redefining what matters to you and what's important, there might be a bit of a shift or a change in terms of some of the ways that you show up around work or how you want to be seen in the world or the way that you're being of service. But certainly that Six of Wands does indicate some recognition and some public recognition as well. So anything that you want to put out, any messages that you want to share, especially when they've come from lessons learned and they're coming from a really healing place, you are going to have an audience that's very receptive to listen. And I think as we move through the month and you start to feel a little bit more energized with Mars shifting direct, and then when Mercury goes direct on the 18th, there is going to be this deeper drive and this requirement, I think, to say, right, okay, what do I do with this lesson that I've learned, this information that's come to me, this knowing that is now within me. And at this moment, I feel that you're going to realize you're far more together than you think you are. And perhaps the first part of January is going to be a little bit hazy and confusing. And with that watery, sensitive full moon, could have you just oscillating backwards and forwards and really doubting yourself a little bit. All of that is set to settle down very clearly as you move deeper into the month. There is a reminder that you do get what you accept, and so what again needs adjustment in regards to that. Your Seven of Wands says it's time to stand up for yourself, but not from a place of force. Yeah, this is about flowing with the energy, sitting in your power and your light. And a reminder here that when we're manifesting and we start from that energetic place of knowing our worth and respecting who we are, appreciating that we are love energy, that we put so much more power behind the things that we're sending out, you have to be so mindful of where there are old stories coming through in January, because what you're pre-paving and wrapping around the intentions can be so unseen or subconscious in terms of like what's getting infiltrated into that energy. So I want you to pay attention to that. Now, when the sun shifts into Aquarius on the 20th, we're then going to welcome the new moon the following day. And then right after that, Uranus is going to be shifting direct. So we've had a real internal revolution around our material and spiritual values. And we've got the world coming up here, bringing a sense of closure and release, a culmination here. And again, this energy of success, something that's been fought hard, within you, but also it's time now for that to start to be mirrored in what's going on around you. I think themes around time, around love, around money, these energetic currencies are going through something. The transition that now needs to take place to honour what you now feel about each one of these things and what you are choosing to prioritize and what's going to be the thing that makes the difference of helping you move forward and move on. Now she looks real at ease here as she's swinging in this rope. We've got this river kind of snaking behind her. There's still a few twists and turns that we need to be navigating, and when Uranus shifts direct, there's always some surprise energy. There's always an auspicious gift that will come, but it might not be dressed up as something that particularly feels like a blessing or a gift. So pay attention. Around that new moon, around the 22nd, remember it's 12th house energy for you, so there's something you are meant to be releasing and healing. It might feel a little sore before it then feels like a deep weight off your shoulders. Okay, so pay attention to how that might be coming through for you. We then, of course, will have Venus shifting into your sign, which is going to be a beautiful energy for you to work with on the 26th of the month, preparing you and gearing you up for your solar returns in a really beautiful way. So the important questions, you can't navigate the world in the traditional ways anymore, is going to be something that you're going to be paying close attention to through the course of January. I'm going to go ahead and pull a final 3 cards. If you're new to the channel, we do cover these off as part of our extended reading. Talk for another 25 minutes or so, just to give you much deeper insights into the month ahead. I'm also just going to invite you to think about a personal question, and again we will cover that fully for you in your extended reading. Now, all the decks that I use, Pisces, are also listed in the comment thread underneath, as well as links to my goddess reports, angel reports, also my Sacred Soul library and membership if you regularly purchase all of the soul stories. We're going to go ahead now and clarify just this main reading. Okay, so beginning with the 8 of Cups, what do we have coming through? The energy of Judgment and the 2 of Swords. Okay, so our Queen of Cups here, Knight of Swords, 3 came out here, Knight of Wands, and the Hangman. Interesting. Okay, what about the Hierophant here? 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups. Beautiful star energy coming up here. Okay, what about the 7 of Wands? We've got the Magician, like that. 3 of Swords. This is what I mean. There's something that feels painful, but then there's just a sense of relief, actually. 8 of Cups. Okay. Like I said, you are going to move out of this month with the vision, the wisdom, and the certainty. But we need you to be open to what they want to show you, so that anything that you are repeating, there is this beautiful sense of being able to repair it at quite a profound level. So this is Life Soul Vision Oracle, my new deck that came out in 2022. You can find all the details of that over on my website. I'm just going to clarify our main reading with cards from the deck as well. Soul Stories, beautiful. Vortex of Boundless Grace. I've got Queen of Earth. Alchemize the ache. Our energy. Solstice coming through there. Okay, and one more on its own. Eclipse Revelations. Okay, and finally, the Divine Animal Oracle. Let's pull you a card from this deck as well, Pisces, for January 2023. Okay, you have the fruit bat, flying fox, kindness. All right, so we're going to continue this conversation and go a little bit deeper into the insights for the month ahead on my extended reading. I will see you there if you're joining me. Otherwise, I wish you beautiful blessings for this month ahead, and I will see you again next time. Thank you so much for your support. Take care.